What's going on, everyone? Happy Sunday to you guys. I know we kind of twisted it up a little bit, but just covering some college football yesterday. So
Yeah.
we're bringing you the show still, no matter what. Here today on Sunday, no NFL, but we still got a lot to talk about. So,
Oh yeah.
we got a nice little show for you set up today. So, want to welcome everyone to the show and thank you all for being here. You guys are simply amazing. That's all I can really say. You're simply amazing.
Oh, oh,
Mhm.
Hit the wrong button, but
amazing.
there it is. So
There you go.
you guys are amazing, and we appreciate you guys for always tapping in, as always. So make sure you guys, before we get into everything, hit the like button. If you're new, subscribe and hit the um, notifications. Free for you guys. Helps us out immensely. We appreciate that. Sharing all your social media platforms. Tap into the hardcore. Philly Halftime Coach Edd, and the Aboriginal Sports Network. We're streaming on all those platforms today. So, but before I get into the show, how you doing today, Halftime?
Doing good, doing good.
All right, appreciate it.
Uh,
How's the missus?
Mrs. doing good.
I'm glad to hear she's home, and
She's
like you
getting
said,
better.
she's running around like a
She's
chicken
running
with
around
a.
full for the vinegar. Listen, I'm fat, man. That girl just got me running to every freaking store there is. I'm like, listen, hold on. You're not supposed to do all this. I'm trying to
Exactly.
get her in those one of those little carts. Nope, I gotta
Mm-hmm.
go. I'm walking. I've been in a bed
Mm-hmm.
for a week. You don't know what that's like.
Mm-hmm. Bro, I'm telling you, it is tough, man. It is tough sitting in the bed for so long. So, but let's tap into the chat real quick. Dave, thanks for tapping in. Really appreciate you guys being here with the two old farts. So we're here to talk, a lot of sports. What's up, Drew? Man, thanks for tapping in. Hey to everybody. So
Thank
appreciate
you,
you.
Drew.
Arku. Hey,
Arthur's in the
there's the
building.
woman of the hour. How you doing? This is halftime. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Um, Dave, middle.
Middle, middle.
They're never gonna let that go. So,
No, they're not.
what's up, Philip? Thanks for tapping in, man. Really appreciate you guys all for being here. So, which what do you want to start with? You want to start with the NFL, or you want to start with Major League Baseball?
We can do Major League Baseball and then get
Oh,
into football because football's here and everybody's going to want to talk football more. So,
yeah, I got you. I got you. So, well, as we know, it's here. I mean, we're starting to get down to the wire with our respective teams. Your Phillies leading the NL East, and you guys are what, second in the National League
yeah,
behind the
National
Brewers. So you're 6-4 over the last 10 games. So
League. Yep.
and you had the game. Do you have a game today against Washington? I know you're streaming that. So,
Yeah.
um, what's going on in Philly land, in the Phillies
Dude,
land?
I am losing my mind. I'm like, how are the Phillies having trouble beating the Nationals?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They won one and then we just won last night, but they almost gave it up. We almost lost that thing, even with our closer. It's crazy, you know. But then we snuck by. At least we got that win because we really needed that win bad. We could not lose to the Nationals. We can't lose this
Yeah.
series to the Nationals.
How many games have y'all won so far?
One, there's three. So today's the last game series with the Nationals. So
Okay.
right now we're tied. And we tied the 4-game series. We tied with the Nationals. We can't
Mm-hmm.
beat the Nationals. We can tie
Yeah.
them. We just can't beat them.
Well, yeah. Let's see. Let's take a look here. I'm trying to pull up the whatchamacallit share screen. Here it is. Okay. All right. So here we have it. Here we have the Phillies right here. The Nationals are in last place in the AL East. So Yeah, it's a tough go for you guys, man. You know, one thing I will say, at least you got 6 games over those pesky ass Mets.
Yes, yes.
So you're definitely pushing the envelope. You're probably you're a game up on the Padres. Oh wow!
Right.
Surprise! I thought the Dodgers were going to be there. So, um, how confident are you feeling as we start to wind down and get ready for the playoffs? That the
Not
Phillies.
confident at all. I just lost Wheeler for the year.
Oh yeah, that's right. I just saw that
He's
yesterday.
out for 6 to 8 months. I'm not confident at all about this team.
Wow.
Now I
Yeah,
just
that
lost
that.
my start. And to me, he's a Cy Young. He
Mm-hmm,
was the
mm-hmm,
Cy Young winner,
mm-hmm,
and I
mm-hmm.
just lost the Cy Young winner. You took him away from me.
Yeah,
No, I don't.
that's
I'm
tough.
not confident. I'm not. I don't know
Well,
what I don't know what our. I don't know what this is going to be. I don't know what our pitching is going to look like. Noah
well,
pitched good last night, but he has his up and downs.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, let's see. Right now, with the wild card, the way things are projected, um,
I think the Mets might even get out of the wild card. They might lose. They might lose the
yeah,
wild
no,
card spot.
yeah, we're talking about that with NYG on Tuesday. Yeah, that's a concern right there. Right now, you guys would probably have to play what the Padres.
Yes. Right
So,
now, if it came down and this is the playoffs right now, we had to play the Padres and they'll beat us because we don't have Wheeler.
oh wow, you think you're
Wheeler is a big, big thing here, coach.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
That's a
mm-hmm.
big blow.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, I guess like with the Yankees, that's like I guess losing Cole for you guys. So
Yeah.
yeah, I got you. So you're not confident you guys would be able to. Do you think it would go what the first round is? What, 5 games or 7 games?
I think it's 5.
Do you think you guys could go 5 games? Do you think it would go
I
five
think
games?
I think it'll go 5 games, but I do think the Padres will beat us.
So if it goes 5 games, you're basically saying Game 5, win it all. They
Yeah.
will come to the East Coast and beat you in Philly.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's saying a lot right there.
But I'm telling you, Wheeler, not having Wheeler, your Cy Young, your ace in the hole,
Mm-hmm.
you lost. That's like, okay, you got, we have some good pitchers,
Mm-hmm.
but now it's just gotten scary without Wheeler.
Well, what is it about the Phillies that causes you I mean, not the Phillies, the Padres that would cause you concern? Is it their hitting or is it their pitching?
It's their pitching.
Oh, okay.
Pitching because we can't hit. Because
Mm-hmm.
you never know what bats are going to come alive and what bats are not going to come alive with the Phillies.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, now you lost Wheeler. Now they're hitting because they're going to be able to hit on us.
Well, who goes up to the ace now that Wheeler is out?
What is his what's his name? Holy shit! I forgot his name for a minute.
Hold on. I'm bringing it up right now. Let me see the roster.
Why am I having a brain fart?
Mm-hmm. Depth chart, rotation.
Christopher Sanchez.
Okay.
He is it. And then it's going to be Ranger Suarez.
Okay.
Then it's going to be maybe Nola, between Nola and Luzardo. Maybe it's Luzardo and then Nola.
Okay. Well, yeah, because and usually with the 5 games, you go your top 3 in the first round?
Right.
Okay. All right.
So you're going to have Christopher Sanchez, Ranger, and then Luzardo.
Okay.
Luzardo going to have his off games. He tips his pitches. Well, they'll light him up like a light bulb.
Yeah, that's tough, especially when you're tipping pitches. Arku, he says Rangers hopefully get back on the wild card race. Well, we'll see what happens with them there. So
there is 30 games left, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's about that because The Yankees are at 110. They're at 130. So yeah, it's about 30 games left in the
Yeah.
regular season. So you still have time. In the Rangers, let me see. Yeah, they're a little under 500. So you still have a chance. Look, you're basically 4.5 behind the Mariners for the wild card race. So yeah, you want to get on that roll there. So. Um, but let me get caught up to the rest, get on that streak. Mrs. Halftime says she's doing very good. That's good. 4.5 games. Okay, you said that there. Coach, you do the best analysis of college. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. I love college football, man. So, it was fun yesterday breaking down and talking about the games. Last night was a dominating win for the Rangers. Um, I, hey, Mitch, what's up, man? Thanks for tapping in, brother. I really appreciate you. Halftime in baseball, you will face adversity all the time. Yeah.
Oh, I get that, Arco, but this one's scary, Arco, because you lose your number one pitcher. That's a problem.
True. That is true. Victor, so the Pirates are 13.5 games of the wild card. What if we win out? Ooh, that'll be a great finish.
That's a great story.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really.
that would be a great story, Vic, if that happened.
Yeah, really. David, yeah, they can't beat anyone, it seems like. The Yankees. I mean, it is frustrating. Yes, Yankee fans, a lot of other fans will say we put too high of expectation on the Yankees, but hey, you've been spoiled when you win what 27 World Series in your history, far
Yeah,
exceeding anyone else. Yeah, your expectations are higher. They really are. I mean, it's to me that's not unfair. That's not unrealistic. That just means you set the standard high,
yeah, your
and as
standard's so high that you always expect to be in the playoffs.
exactly. So, Yankees right now are 9 games over 500, a half a game back of the Red Sox for the first wild card. So, and you just lost what last three in a row. You're 6-4. 2 games you just lost to the Red Sox. 2 games in a row. So and these are at home also. So I mean, it's very frustrating with this team. The expectations. Aaron Judge, there's a video that was just out. He says it's not the management, it's not the ownership, it's not the coaching, it's not even the fans. He said it's all on the players. And you know what? I understand that the manager still has some culpability in how you set your lineup, how you set the standards for the players to follow. So there are some things that Aaron Boone does. There's a lot of things that he does that is frustrating as a fan. So I'm
I know
not
how you
letting him
feel.
off. I'm sorry.
I know how you feel.
Yeah. So Boone is just one of those managers that what I think if he was gone, a lot of Yankee fans would be ecstatic. So the Tigers were in the same spot last time at this year. Okay, this is why you got to. Yeah, no, you got to play the games. I mean, like I said, 30 games, anything can happen. I mean, look, the Phillies could go on a tear and really push the lead and really get the top spot. The Yankees could turn it around. Yes, we all know that. That's why in the old Herm Edwards saying, you play to win the games. Very simple. And that is so true. So, and anything can happen. But you know what? We sit and we look at things and you try to speculate, and sometimes your speculation is on point, sometimes it's not. But
Right.
these Yankees are. Mm, mm. I will say this: I'd rather trade places with the Phillies. I'd rather be in first place. So instead of fighting to just stay in the wild card, so it's frustrating. I'm sorry, it just really is for me as a Yankees fan, just sitting back and watching this, and especially last year after you played in the World Series. See,
Right.
this is what I mean by your standard, your expectations are so much higher to go from there I could at least see if you're battling back and forth for the division lead or the top spot in the AL. They're not even doing that, man. And it's like I said, it's frustrating. The pitching, is questionable at times. I mean, yesterday, 12-0 to the Red Sox at home. And that's supposed to be your arch rival. That's your arch rival.
Yeah.
If you can't get up for the Red Sox,
we lost. We almost lost to the Nationals last night, and we had our closer, and he almost gave it up. I'm like, oh my god, not again!
Yeah,
and he's been lighting it up. He's good, but I'm like, oh my lord.
Exactly. So, that right there is why, for me as a Yankee fan, I'm frustrated. So we'll see what happens.
You got to be able to beat Boston now.
That's
I hate Boston. I hate the Yankees, but I hate Boston.
Man, shit, there are two teams that, really, it's Boston and it's the Mets. Mets because the Mets are the little brothers. That's really what it boils down for me. So, but
I like what Boston does though.
Mm-hmm.
They close almost all the business down, so everybody go to the bar to watch the goddamn games.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're a Boston Red Sox. Like people, they shut down businesses that actually go to bars to watch the games. Like, yo, you're a Boston guy. This is what happens. We shut down businesses.
It used to be like that back in the days, way, way back in the days, towns were closed down. And in high school football, I know in Texas, high school football, towns are closed down to go to the football game. So, you know what? If you really support your team, that's the way it should be. Dave has a question for you. He said, did you like that Logan Paul punch?
I told you, Dave, this is why I don't like that dude. He can't even freaking fake a punch. He don't know how to do it. He's awful in wrestling.
Yeah.
He don't know how to take a bump. He don't know how to throw his fist. Coach, he really missed John Cena so bad.
Mm-hmm.
It was so fake. And people are like, oh, wrestling ain't fake. It's stage. No, that was fucking fake. He missed it, man. Like, totally. But, it is what it is. That's why I don't watch wrestling anymore. You see how bad it is with Logan Paul. Just because he's popular on YouTube, they're like, oh, we'll make him the guy.
Man, I was watching in old wrestling, Big John Studd and Andre the Giant, where they had the $15,000 bet on the table that if Andre slammed John Studd, he gets the $15,000. So I was just watching, and I was into it. I was really into it, and this is going back to the 80s.
Yes.
So it was just, in the way they. Yeah, you could tell some of the punches were choreographed, but like you said, they still look real.
They still look real.
Yeah, so it was,
faker than fake. I was like, oh my lord.
It's worse than some of the TV acting punches that you see out there. So,
it was so bad. It was so fake. They had it. You know what they had to do? They had to do a retake. They had to re-record it. Because it was so fake. It wasn't live. They recorded it. And they had to re-record it because that's how bad it was.
Wow.
And John Cena's like, really, dude? This is what we got to do? Wow. We got to redo this fucking thing?
Yeah. I guess the WWE says he's bringing in that kind of money, so it's worth it. So I'm like, man, if you're bad, how many people are bad at their jobs and still keep it?
Oh, no. That's what I'm saying.
So I guess he's just bringing in that money. So, but just to start rounding out baseball, there we have it. The Yankees are in the number 2 spot in the AL wild card. So a half a game behind Boston. So they still have a chance. I will say that. Basically, they're how many games behind Toronto for the division? There's 7 and 4, so I think they're about 6.5 for the. Let me do it this way. So yeah, they're in third. Yeah, they're 6.5. Like I said, they're 6.5 behind Toronto. So this says they're a game and a half behind Boston. I don't know I must have read that wrong. Oh no, they're half a game up in the wild card spot. That's what it is. So I
Yeah,
read
they
it
have a
wrong. I'm
game up
sorry.
in the wild card spot.
I apologize for mixing it up. So, but yeah, I mean, yeah, the Yankees could go on a win, and there you go. They can try and get there. I mean, there's a chance. So you say there's a chance.
There's a
So
chance, a slim chance, but there's a chance.
slim or none. So, but yeah, there you have it. So, and for the Phillies, like I said, they're basically leading their division, and they have the number 2 spot in the playoffs. So,
Yes.
I think they're. Let me go back to the wild card to see how many behind Milwaukee they are. Well, it's not giving you. What was that? 6, and you have the whole. No, you don't have the rule. Just the regular season. Okay. So it looks like they're probably about 6 games behind Milwaukee. 6 and it's 5. So yeah, they're 5.5 behind Milwaukee for the overall record. So there's still a chance, and we have roughly about 30 games. So we'll see what happens as we start to close out the baseball season. So there you have it.
It
So
doesn't really matter who has the best record in baseball, because the Phillies showed you last year. They had the best record in baseball, and they were one and done in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
always say, when you're in the playoffs, it's a whole new ball game.
That is true. That is true. So right now we're going to go ahead and move on to what everyone wants to talk about, the NFL. You just closed out the preseason. Your Eagles, the champions, the Super Bowl champions, just closed out against the Jets. What did you think about that preseason game against the Jets?
Nothing really. It's just who's the final cuts. It's all about who's going to make the team and who's not. It really didn't matter. They're not trying to win. They're not trying to. They're just trying to. Who's going to make the cuts and who's not. And it's going to be rough for the Eagles. Now you have 99 people. You have 99 guys on the team, and you got to get down to 53. You're going to see a lot of moves and a lot of cuts fast.
Oh yeah, I mean the Giants literally they played on Thursday and they cut guys on Friday.
Yeah,
I mean it was just like wow. So
oh my God, your Giants look good.
It's preseason, man. I mean,
number 9, that rookie quarterback.
Yeah,
he looked good.
He looks good, but
but then again, like I said, it's preseason.
Yeah, and personally speaking, I want him to sit the year. I really do. So, taking a look here. It doesn't on CBS Sports.
Well, he's definitely
really
sitting the year.
Hasn't announced.
You have 2 good quarterbacks behind him. I mean, in front of him, so he can sit the year. You got Jameis Winston. You got freaking Wilson.
Wilson, yes.
So you're good for, even if Wilson goes down, you got Jameis Winston.
Yeah.
So you're still good for the year without using them.
And hopefully Tommy DeVito gets picked up. Gets moved to the practice squad. No one picks him up, but I'm gonna be honest. I think somebody's gonna pick him up. So
somebody definitely will pick him up.
Yeah, because he's played very well in the preseason. So let me see here. The Eagles, it just says you have 2 cuts so far. Giles Jackson at wide receiver and Lewis Cian at defensive back.
Yeah.
And the Giants have 2, 4, 6. So far, they've cut 8 guys. 3 wide receivers, Jordan Blythe, Zach Pascal, and Montrell Washington at receiver, Jimmy Morrissey at center, offensive lineman Jason Williams, linebacker CJ Cloud, Dante Johnson, which surprised me a little bit, and O'Donnell Fortune at cornerback. So, everyone has to get down to 53, I think, by Tuesday. So you're going to be seeing a lot of cuts.
You'll see seeing a lot of cuts today, tomorrow. I thought it was Wednesday, but you're probably right about Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. And one of the things we are going to talk about too, with your Eagles. We'll get back into a lot of the cuts. But um, like halftime told me right before the whatchamacallit, one right before we came over the wire, which I didn't even know. The Eagles made a trade. They made a trade, but also the a former Eagle got picked up.
Yep.
So it's pretty interesting with all these moves here. Let me go ahead and bring this up. So you have the Eagles trading for Sam Howell. There we have it right there. And let me close this. I can't close that out. And Carson Wentz actually signed with Minnesota.
Yeah.
So
Does that make any sense? What the Vikings just did?
no,
It don't make any sense.
no, it doesn't make sense for me either. So I just
I
I'd
mean,
have to
Sam
look at
McKee
their
got hurt,
roster.
but he only hurt his finger. Is it more than his finger? Or are they going to release him?
It depends. I mean, you do get to put him on the IL for the first 4 weeks if you want to designate him back as a return.
And
Now if you say that he's going for the year, that's a different story. I mean, I joked about the finger, him hurting his finger, but really, how bad is it? For him to be out, especially as a backup. Is it his throwing hand? Is it the left? Is it his offhand? Because sometimes where is that injury? Is it the middle finger? You can't tape it
right,
because I've seen quarterbacks tape a finger, especially on the offhand, just to stabilize it. So
right.
it's going to be interesting, trying to see, especially with this Howell, and how does Howell fit in with the Eagles? I mean, you have quite a few quarterbacks over there already. You have what, four already, and you brought him
Yeah.
in for five.
Yeah, now I feel like we're the freaking Cleveland Browns now. Like, look how many big quarterbacks we got to get. What's up, Nick?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How about Coach's new logo? I mean, yeah, very simple. Change the whole, instead of Coach Ed Gladney's Amazing World of Sport. I listen to people. I'm stubborn, but I listen. Coach Ed Sports make it nice, simple, and streamlined. So appreciate all the support and the help in getting it down. So I'm a big Eagles fan. The Eagles better kick Cowboys butt. Going to talk about that in a second because I saw something.
All right.
In reference to that game. Maybe you Eagles fans might be a little excited, but not much. Yeah, yeah, Arku. The Vikings signed Wentz this morning, so
Yeah, they
that's
just
what.
signed him after this trade. They just signed him, but it
Yeah,
don't make no sense.
yeah.
It don't really make no sense.
Well,
Literally, what they just did, both teams.
first for Minnesota, we have to look at their roster and see who the quarterbacks are, because now if he's better than what they have, then it does make sense. It does. We
Yeah,
just.
well, if you just look at Sam Howell, is Sam Howell better than Carson Wentz?
I mean,
That's
Wentz.
that's what I'm getting at.
Hmm,
Like, just look at
hmm.
Sam Howell and Carson Wentz.
Sam
Who's
Howell
better?
is just Sam Howell is just not good. I'm sorry. He's just not. He's
I know
not.
he's just not. Either is Carson Wentz, though, Coach. That's what I'm
But I
saying.
don't know. I might be to the point where I'm saying Wentz might be better than Howell. So but Wentz is not on the Eagles. So I mean, the question is, how is Howell better than the quarterbacks that you have right now? I mean, is he better than, was it Dorian Robinson? Is he better than him? Is he better than your rookie that you just drafted?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I get that the Eagles are not signing Carson Wentz
mm-hmm,
because you don't
mm-hmm,
want to have that feud between Jalen Hurts and
mm-hmm,
Carson Wentz. We don't want that drama no more.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
But
mm-hmm,
if you're the Vikings,
mm-hmm.
just look at it as a Viking. The
Yeah.
Sam Howell and Carson Wentz is like the same guy.
Let me see who
Carson Wentz will never be the same after that knee injury.
exactly. So I'm trying to pull up their roster. Oh yeah, the Vikings trade Howell and a 6th round to the Eagles for a 5th rounder and a 7th rounder. So
Yeah. So what we did was what the Vikings didn't make no sense. Being on the Vikings.
mm-hmm.
Because you
Mm-hmm.
just went, you got rid of Sam Howell, but you got Carson Wentz. I mean, is Carson Wentz cheaper? And he did it because he's cheaper, or
Well, I mean, he is going to be cheaper, and plus the struggles the fellow
is it a
had
money
at
thing?
the
I don't
end.
know what the Vikings are doing.
Well, here's who the Vikings have behind JJ McCarthy. You have Brett Rippon, who struggled as a backup, and
Right,
Matt Brosmer, who's a inexperienced undrafted free agent.
right.
So it does make sense. But now, to your point, is Wentz better than Howell?
That's the
So
question.
and
Like, I mean, like, 'cause if you even look at it, if the Eagles didn't, if the Vikings didn't do it, they would say have Sam Howell in that freaking quarterback room.
well, who did Wentz play for last year?
Carson Wentz was with Kansas City last year, but he only had a
Hmm.
1 year thing.
So I mean, he might, yeah. He plus he's had some, good tutelage. Andy Reid, so I'm going to say Wentz is better than Howell. Sorry, I just have to. I have to because I watch Howell
All
and
right, all right.
I just, he's extremely I watched him with Washington, then moving around, and it's just like and he's not even settling in as a backup. I think this is what his 3rd team as a backup.
Yes.
Yeah, so how is at least Wentz has even with Indy he was there as a starter. So it's just he's lost it just like you said with the injury. So it's just
Now he's gun shy because of his injury. And when somebody gets hurt,
hmm
they might mentally never come back from it.
true,
And that's a mental
true.
thing. He might be health wise ready to come back, but mentally, he's scared. And
Mm,
that's what's wrong with Carson Wentz.
I mean, I get you. Yeah, you get beat up like that in the NFL. Injuries will do that. So, and let me see, where's that story I saw earlier? Oh, they did. I guess they moved it because the other ones. Well, for you Eagles fans, Diggs for the Cowboys might not be available on that with that first game. I mean, how does that make you feel if their top cornerback is not available to play?
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love what Dallas is doing. You want to fuck with Michael Parsons and not get his shit ready, and you're gonna now your corner's not gonna show up. Listen, you
Mm-hmm.
had to watch us raise the banner, knowing we're the champs, and then after that, we're gonna spank you. I can't wait. I'm excited about it. Everybody didn't want the Eagles to play the Dallas Cowboys the first game.
Mm-hmm.
You want
Mm-hmm.
to rub this in their face more than the Dallas Cowboys.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because all in
Mm-hmm.
the '90s, and I know so many young guys, you weren't born yet, but the Dallas
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys rubbed that in our face for so many years of all the Super Bowl wins. They still try to do it to this day, but then we're like, dude, you ain't seen a playoff game in 30 fucking years. Shut up. But still, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Arku says, I remember that you Eagle fans were liking Wentz in the past. I mean, well, when he
But
first
then
came
he
up.
got hurt. Part
Mm-hmm.
two, he got hurt. And then when he
Mm-hmm.
got hurt, he got gun shy. Yes, I like Carson Wentz. I
Mm-hmm.
loved Carson Wentz when he was here. And then when we almost were going to the Super Bowl, he had a
Mm-hmm.
great year. But then when he got hurt, and then when he came back, he was gun shy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's weak in the mind. We don't no fan really thinks a person is weak in the mind. Carson Wentz is weak in the mind. He's
Well,
scared of getting hurt.
that knee injury, though, from what my understanding, was truly devastating. So it wasn't the normal like ACL, MCL, or PCL. It was, if I'm not mistaken, it was all three. So
All three. Yes, it was all
yeah,
three.
so that one is a lot more, it's more risky, and plus he was very athletic,
Yeah,
especially coming out of North Dakota State, and now he has to wear that brace. It's very cumbersome. So it does injuries do take away from your confidence. So
yes,
so I do understand that. Should he have built it up by now? It's been a few years, yes, but now that's why he's a backup. And Arku says Diggs will be back soon. We're not saying he's not going to be back soon, but
he's not going to
here's
be
the reality.
playing against the Eagles.
Yeah, that's the first game, and then also he's dealing with a knee injury. As a defensive back, that affects your speed, your movement, turning. The torque that is on the knee sometimes with twisting and turning.
Yep.
So it's going to take a while for him. You may not see him get to at least his normal form, maybe until late in the season, if that. So Wentz was a fumbling machine. Yeah, yeah.
A
So
lot of quarterbacks fumble though.
yeah,
Arco.
they all do. They all do. So
You act like no other quarterback fumbles. Patrick Mahomes fumbles. He just he'll get it back and just freaking pull something out of his ass and throw it sideways or something. Like, yo, get this away from me.
No, I mean they all fumble, but is he a fumbling machine? I mean, you can make that argument, because everyone fumbles. Nobody's well. Let me rephrase it. Kyle Monangai right now does not fumble, and for those of you who don't know, former running back for Rutgers, never fumbled in college. Think about that, and he was a heavy used back. So, and that's one of the things that Chicago is tallying with him. He's not a fumbling machine, at least with that. So and that's a big thing in not turning the football over. Because I can tell you from experience, that's the one thing I hate. I always yell at my players, "Don't throw away my money," because the football is my money. And with me, I can tell you, you start having a fumbling habit, young man, come over here. Sit right over here next to me. Sit right over here. So,
even Tiki Barber,
yep.
when he was with the Giants, he was now you want to know a fumble machine? He was a fumble machine.
Fumbling machine.
Never high and tight, and then all of a sudden, what happened? Started having high and tight.
Coughlin used to get on him, and then that's where it was, we'll always squeeze it, 5 points of pressure, get it up here.
Yep.
It's hard for the defense to really get at it. That's why it's awkward to run like this because your normal running habit is to swing your arms. I get it. That's everyone. But, as a running back, as a ball carrier, when you put the ball up here, it's hard for the defense because they want to smack that ball out. So,
yep.
What's up, NYT? Thanks for tapping in, man. I really appreciate you and everyone for being here. You guys are really phenomenal. So, round of applause for you all. So, thank you for being here. So, but in terms of the 53-man roster for the Eagles, who would surprise you of not making the 53-man roster, and who would not surprise you in not making the 53-man roster?
Hold on. What's that young man's name? Wide receiver that was not drafted. Give me a minute. I had to go on it roster because I forget his name. I'm bad with names. You know I'm bad with names, Coach.
Oh, I understand. That's fine.
But what is that young wide receiver's name?
Let me pull up your roster and I could tell you.
Give me a minute. Cooks. Oh no, Cooper. I'm sorry, it's Cooper.
Okay.
Wide receiver Cooper. I will be shocked if he don't make this team. Cooper that dude got some hands. Like he's He's a good route runner. He can
Mm-hmm.
run a good slant route. He has really good hands. And if he don't make it, I'll be shocked. He should make it.
Okay. And who will not shock you if he doesn't make the team?
Hmm. I hmm.
If football terms.
Who would shock me if he don't make the cut?
Mm-hmm. Parku says halftime using Google. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm trying to use Google here, Arku, and I'm not good at it.
Who can we steal from over there if they don't make it?
Mm.
That's a good one, NYT. I like that. Who can we steal from? Hey, they've been stealing a lot of our players, so can we get them back? So,
Um,
but go ahead. I'm sorry.
this would be a shocker.
Mm-hmm.
Sidney Brown.
Okay. Okay.
If he don't, it wouldn't surprise me if they traded him or cut him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
of can't stay healthy. If you can't
Hey.
stay healthy, what good are you?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I know a lot of people like Sidney Brown. I like Sidney Brown, but Sidney Brown would be the guy. It would not be a shock to me if they got rid of him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's going to listen. My safeties are hurt. We got problems at safety.
Mm-hmm.
And but he can't stay healthy.
Yeah, that's a big thing. If you can't stay healthy, exactly. The best ability is availability. That's the old tried and true standard way of looking at things. So, as far as the Giants, I'm not going to talk about my son. My son, I think, is making the team. That's Evan Neal. Go ahead and hate me all you want. Think he's making the team.
All right.
But the one player who I think would not surprise me if he didn't make it is Joshua Azuda. Offensive lineman. I know they use him as a backup tackle. He should be a guard, but there it is. He hasn't really panned out as a third-round draft pick coming out of North Carolina. He would not surprise me if he did not make the roster. So, and player, I guess, who would surprise me if he didn't make. I mean, if they cut him or released him or trade him or something to that effect. Nick Jones, who they just signed, the defensive back. He's been playing pretty well. I think he solidified a spot, but we do have quite a few young defensive backs. So there's some that you still. So if he was let go, I think it would be a surprise because he could fit in very well in that nickel slot. He's targeted as on the depth chart at number 2. So, but if he did, I saw an article a while ago that, there may be the possibility that, Evan Neal is my son. Yes, he is. So, going all the way back to his Alabama days, I have to admit it. Look, man, anytime you can see a man that big, 6'7", 6'8", 350, 360 pounds, who can jump up, land on a stack of tires in a split. That's an athletic some gun.
Yeah, that's
and
athletic.
Strong. Now, his footwork, he's very slow. His reaction is not good. He needs to do better there. I understand that. That's why I'm hoping at least at the guard spot, he can at least get better there, not leaving him outside on the island as a tackle. I get it.
But coaching can fix that.
Yeah. Coaching cannot fix your feet. You can try and help him.
He can fix his stance and all.
No, I don't have an issue there. The problem is, like, at tackle, he is so slow-footed that you can beat him. You can set him up going to the outside and cut across his face, and he doesn't react in enough time. That's the issue. At least inside a guard, You know what? You can have the center help you at times. You can even have the tackle come down and help you at times. To help you so you don't get beat all the time. There's going to be those moments where you're one on one and you still got to do it, but you still got to produce on the interior. But at least you can still get some help because look, man, you can't teach size, you can't teach strength. You
No.
know, now if he
You
could,
can't teach athletics,
no, I've been saying for a while. I think Evan Neal needs to get down to about 320. The man legitimately, I'm sorry, he's legitimately 360 pounds, 350 pounds. You get him down to 320, I think that can help his speed. So I believe in him. I'm sorry, I do. Coach Halftime Stream has been absolutely electric lately. Community is growing. Okay, keep
Doing
going,
good.
Halftime.
Doing good. Slowly but surely, Nick. Slowly but
There
surely.
you go. There you go. So yeah, we're working hard, and hey, look, it's football season, so football maybe can continue to grow.
Yep.
Halftime is closing out with baseball, but look, got to show respect to the champs. So people are going to gravitate over there. Boo, but
Mhm.
but look, some Giants fans are going to hate me for saying this. I don't have no animosity towards Philly. It's always Dallas with me. It's always Dallas. I'll always say it, man. You can blow them up, tear them apart, and kick them out of the league. Then I would be happy. I would be ecstatic if there was no more Dallas Cowboys. Now, here's the reason why. It's
I love
twofold
it.
for me. I'm a Giants fan. But remember, I started out as a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. My dad is a Steelers fan. So going back to the 70s, it was always Dallas and Pittsburgh. It
Yep.
was. So,
Yep.
that animosity has been ingrained in me for how about them Cowboys? Or more like how about them cowgirls? So,
Yep.
and I hope you're right, halftime. I hope they end up fourth in the division. So like I said, I would be
I like your team. I do. Your team is really good, and I think Dallas has some trouble. As long as Dallas has trouble, I'm happy.
look.
I loved watching all the problems in Dallas.
Mhm,
Go on, Jerry.
mhm,
Go on, Jerry World.
mhm,
You fuck it up.
mhm. Go ahead. It's about Jerry, man. Look, I will say this. All right. Let me take my disdain for the Cowboys away. Jerry is a smart ass businessman
Yes.
because that team is highly. It's the number one franchise in all of the NFL, man.
Yes.
And no disrespect, but the name of the game is trying to make that money, man. As an owner, that's
If
what
he
you're trying
sells
to
it
do.
now, if he sells his team is worth way more than any NFL football team,
Mhm,
even New England, any
New
team
York.
you go, he's the most. He'll be the most getting the most money if he sold the team right now.
Yes, yes. So, and remember, I think he paid 275 million. It's over
Yes.
10 billion dollars
Yeah.
right now. 10-11 billion dollars. Come
Yep.
on. For all the drama that Jerry does, and making it about him, and we look, we're fans. We want our heart and soul is about our team winning. These owners, I'm going to be brutally honest, ladies and gentlemen, it's not really about championships. It's about making money. That's what it's about. And the NFL pro sports is about making money. And these owners are making money. And that's what it is. That's what it's about. And Jerry Jones, we can kill him. He's trying to, make it about him and getting the players and contract negotiations. The man is making money for his family, man. You can say what you want. I'll be the first to admit I'll trade places with Jerry in a heartbeat. Y'all can
I
hate
would.
me.
I mean, yeah. Give me
All,
millions.
you can all hate me all you want, but you know what? It's. Let me see. Do I have it? Do I have it here?
You
Do I?
fucking pay. You give me all the money that Jerry got. I don't care what you want to talk shit on me about.
Exactly. So look, Jerry will take a lot of these. You could whip his
Yep.
hind part, but if he's making that money, cha-ching, cha-ching, come on, man, come
Yep.
on. And I think most of us would do the same thing. we may hate Dallas, but if somebody said, we're gonna trade places with you and Jerry Jones, okay. How about them Cowboys?
How about them
I'm the
Cowboys?
biggest
That's right.
Cowboys.
You
Yeah,
send me the money that Jerry got. I'm like, yeah, you feel what? Here I am.
yes.
I ain't gonna lie, yeah.
Yeah, so but we as fans, because we spend our money, we watch the game, we invest our heart and souls. That's something that money can't really replace. That's why you have your disdain or your admiration for the team. So I'm you know what? I'll admit it. And Giants fans, y'all can kill me. You said you would be. No, you're not listening. If you put that money in front of me, money talks.
And bullshit walks.
Shit walks.
Give me
There you
freaking
go.
$11 billion where I ain't got to freaking sneeze at that nothing. I ain't got no more worries.
Exactly. My kids. Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah, you gotta think.
Lie.
You gotta think realistically.
Yeah. Now look, is it gonna ever happen? No, I know that. But you know what? If I'm telling you right now, you put $11 billion in front of me, okay, I'll be a Cowboys fan. You can hate me, then you can call me a sellout.
You give me $11 billion, I'll be a Cowboy fan.
It's starting up again.
Don't read them, coach. I don't know how to shut them off.
Wait a minute. Nick said his halftime is dad of the year. There you go.
I ain't dad of the year. I'm trying to be.
He even has a shirt that says super dad.
I ain't super dad. I'm just trying to be.
Come on, man. Pop them collars. Stop it. Pop them collars. You super dad, man. You right
I
there.
Ain't super dad. I'm just a dad.
Okay, whatever. You were doing while Mrs. Halftime was in the hospital. Weren't you sitting there doing what you needed to do for your kids?
Always.
Okay,
I took over work. I had to do what I got to do.
Okay. Look, accept your praises, man, because it's not easy.
I thank you.
I'm telling y'all from experience as a single father raising 3 daughters.
That's hard. That's harder than when I got to deal with, coach. You know what I mean?
That's
really
not
hard.
easy. And I had to deal with them losing their mother, so I have to deal with the emotional. Brother, I'm telling you, when you do things like that, that is super dad. That's coming from one dad to another.
There's a lot of emotions with kids.
Exactly.
I do know that part. I mean, if we would have lost her, then that would have been, that would have been. Oh my God, that would have been a wreck.
But we didn't, so she's here. So we're not even going to put that out into the stratosphere. So she's here. Okay. She's going to be back. She's running around like a chicken with a head cut off.
Around like a head cut off. So she's good.
So you're good. So come on, man.
Coach, ready for this one?
Yeah, what's up?
She's been up, I guess, to 6 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
She decides she's been running around. She's going to take a nap.
Hey, she deserves it, man. She deserves it.
I'm like, well, why did you just sleep, man? Damn it.
Yeah, the body, that body will tell you, man. Especially as you get older, it tells you. And the thing is listening to your body. Yeah. Just listening and saying, you know what? Everyone else, shut up, leave me alone. I need to rest.
And she has to take her medicine in the morning time. She gets up, she has to test herself and all.
That's good.
For diabetes and all. So
I have been a bad boy. I just realized something. I haven't taken my meds in almost 3 weeks.
Oh, wow.
So 2.5 weeks. Bro, I'm tired. I'm tired of taking
medicine. Is that a good thing or a bad thing that you ain't take your medicine?
I'm tired of taking medicine. Bro, you don't understand. It's been 8 years I'm taking medicine. And I'm not talking about just one little bottle. I'm talking about, okay, I got 7 meds over here. Then I have 8 vitamins that they want me to take, all these different vitamins. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm tired. I need a break. So I'm used to a full, like on the top of my head, my daughter was like, Dad, you're going bald. I said, I know, it's the medicine. Stop it. Because they're used to, with my locks thick, it's, man, it's I've yelled at my doctor. Is there a way that we can cut back on some of these meds? It's like, No, we got to give it a little bit more. I'm like, man, y'all doing what? Because y'all getting a kickback. I know what y'all doing. Y'all
And
getting a little cut off for the man. That's why you
yeah,
want me to.
you know they are. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
damn it. I don't want to take the. I haven't taken the 2.5, and I feel good. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's
So,
good.
yeah. So, y'all don't tell my doctor now. I don't want to hear my doctor's mouth. So, y'all don't know my doctor. So, I actually have 2 doctors. They're good. They're good. They saved my life. I will say that. So, and when the senior doctor gets on me, Mr. Gladney, do I really need to have a strong, stern lecture with you? I'm like, oh gosh, all right. So, but yeah, it's good that she takes her medicine, she rests, and she's getting better. So that's what we definitely want her to do because you need her, especially she helps you with your computer and doing everything. Right
Hey, I
now,
wouldn't be YouTubing if it wasn't for her.
I commend you for at least using Google now. You're
I'm
learning.
learning how to use Google. I'm a little older and I'm just learning how.
I got you. There you go. So
I don't have time to learn how to use the computers. I'm always working.
oh
That's my job, but I'm like, you work 13, 14-hour days, you're tired. You're just tired.
yeah, and I mean, bro, your phone is a computer.
I know. I know.
Half the stuff that I've learned about the computer, I've taught myself just by using the phone.
Yeah, I'm learning. I'm learning slowly.
Yeah,
But
so
slowly. I'm a turtle. What do you want from me? Normally, I always want to watch the back of my eyelids when I get home.
Stop it, man. You just lazy. You just lazy. That's really what
Yes,
it
I'm
was.
lazy. I'm 100% the laziest man. I call myself the laziest man on earth. I am lazy.
Half time is a hard dog to teach a new trick. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm with him there because it took me a while to change my tag name. Because I was just like, nah, just like Coach Edd Gladney's Amazing World of Sports, but but you're turning people off. I show him over and over and over. But he's not like the Energizer Bunny, where it goes over and over and it keeps on going. So
no, my brain goes like this. It goes in one ear and out the other, and I'm like,
it's like.
So I do this again. She's like, I just showed you. You've done it like 4 times, and I'm like, all right, stop breaking.
I will give. There's one thing over me. I have to admit that I do that. I don't think you do it though, because when I'm learning, because I'm a reader. Some people are visual learners, some are auditory. I learn by reading. I got to read it first, then I can go do it. So
I'm visual. I'm a visual.
Yeah, and I get it because NYG says it all the time. And he's like, Coach, a lot of people are visual learners. He's like, they're not like you. And I'm like, yeah, I know. It's give me a stack of books, let me sit and read. I'm good. What does he say? What was the conversation about when you were talking about using Google with Mitch halftime?
Mark is talking about. I said he was looking at the weather app.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fucking Google. You Googled that shit. And he goes, no, it's just a weather app on my phone. I'm like, no, motherfucker, that's a search engine. It's a Google.
Yeah, it is.
I'm learning how to do it.
It shoots up because it goes up and to get the information from the satellite. It is a search engine. So yes, I'm constantly teaching myself new things, especially for halftime. YouTube. Yeah, believe me, I'm learning.
She didn't get me yet, Coach.
What?
She wants to sit here and break my balls about this right here. Ask her where my goddamn bell ring is and all my sound effects that I've been asking for. She told me to go help myself. I need my damn freaking sound effects. I need to do it in my own time. No more time. You had enough time. You've been laying around.
Congratulations.
So
well done.
You need this.
No.
You need this.
Yes. I need sound effects.
Look, I just got my new toy, so I'm having fun with it. Middle.
I need my sound effects.
Listen, I will give you I Like Logan Paul.
No, I don't want I Like Logan Paul or Kimbrel or anything like that.
Oh, I
See,
love
you'd
that.
rather break my balls, coach, than give me my sound effects.
Well, you don't have you have a sound card machine. You don't know how to use it?
It's on the computer. It's on Melon.
Okay.
It's
No,
on
all right.
Melon. My
I got you.
sound thing is on Melon. It's
I got
not one of them separate little boxes.
you.
You got a separate little box, right?
Yeah, I got the box here. No,
All
I
right.
got you.
Mine's just on Melon, and I got sound effects from them. So, and that's only presets, but you can set your own in them areas. So that's all I need. That's all I need.
I got you. I understand. I understand.
You know, when the Eagles touchdown, you set the fireworks off. You know what I mean? Nothing
So
big.
Halftime just admitted that he liked Logan Paul.
I don't like Logan Paul. Can't stand him. He's a bad wrestler. He's a good YouTuber.
Oh, so he likes
And now they're
Logan
making
Paul.
fun of him in his prime.
He likes Logan Paul. Okay. All right, let's get back to some of this football talk. So, what all right, yesterday my boy Shador Sanders had a bad game, and for some reason everyone is ready to chop his head off now. But when he had good games, everybody was there were several fans who hated him who were quiet. What's your thoughts on him? Do you think he makes the Browns?
Oh, I think he makes the Browns, but I think Sanders making the Browns is because of his daddy.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's not his ability.
I don't think it's because of his quarterback play. I think he's going to be babyfied over his dad. And like he'll make the team. He'll make the team. And eventually he'll get over that hump that he's having problems with. But like a lot of people don't like him. He's not or people are saying he's not a starting quarterback and all. I think he'll be a backup eventually, but right now, yeah, right now I think it's more because his dad, and he's spoiled, coach. He's a spoiled kid. Like he'll go cry to his daddy if he don't like it, if he don't get his way.
I don't think he cries to his daddy. I think he talks with his dad, and you know that's a good relationship.
I think he got that gold spoon in his mouth, and I think he was just spoiled. I think he's a spoiled. He acts like a spoiled kid.
An NFL team is not going to care about Deion Sanders and what he thinks, and they're not going to put his son on the team.
I get that.
So, do I think, looking at what I've seen of Cleveland, he had a bad game? Okay, fine. Every quarterback has a bad game. Even the great Patrick Mahomes has had a bad game.
Yes.
Preseason or not.
Right.
But, you know, do I think he's the best quarterback on that team? Yes, I do. I'm sorry, I do. You know, he's better than Joe Flacco. Flacco is probably more experienced. But if you watch his game, like, he knows how to read and put the ball in and go to the right read. Not many young quarterbacks coming into the NFL have done that. This kid has been doing this since his time at Trinity down in Texas.
Yeah.
He's been groomed to do this. Here's one other thing. He throws a catchable ball for his receivers. How many quarterbacks you see, they throw a hard football and it's bobbling off of the receiver's hands? He throws it.
Brett Favre threw a hard ball. If you want to even go with a Hall of Famer, Brett Favre would break fingers. So if it's a catchable ball, that's something you can work with. It's something you can work with. But do I think he's a starting quarterback? No. But is it somebody? Is it something that you can work with and make him a good quarterback? Yes. I mean, God, they made Jalen Hurts a good quarterback. I mean, you can do it with anybody.
I get you. I get where you're coming from. You know,
I mean, Jalen Hurts likes to run more than throw the ball, but you know, you can work with him.
No, I got you. I got you.
Sanders, yes, you can work with him. Can he be a starting one? That's to be determined.
And I get you. I respect where you're coming from. You see it differently than me. So, and
Right?
we have different
You
beliefs.
see him. You see him right now. He's a starting quarterback. He would be good in the NFL. I
Mhm.
understand that because the way he plays the game and he can
Mhm.
read defenses, and I understand that. I just think he's not there yet.
No. Is he? Here's the thing. All right. First of all, he's in Cleveland. They don't have the weapons. He needs the weapons around him. I
Yeah.
agree with that.
Yes.
But that's any quarterback.
That's any
As
quarterback.
Big Pat said it best a while ago. He said quarterbacks are a dependent player in football. They're dependent on the offensive line to block for them so they can throw the football. They're
Yep.
dependent on the receivers to catch the ball so they can get their yards and touchdowns and so on and so forth. They're dependent on having a good running game to help them so the defense is not just coming at them all the time. So, yes, Shador needs weapons around him. Cleveland doesn't have the weapons like that. You put him in an offense like the Eagles, I'm telling you, your passing game would be so different. Jalen Hurts is a dynamic runner. I give him that. He's a good
Right.
passer. He is not an elite passer. I'm not afraid of him carving you up consistently week after week after week, throwing for 300 to 400 yards.
Exactly.
You put Shador Sanders there, I'm telling you right now, 300 yards consistently every game. That's the type of talent that he has as a passer. That's how I believe in him this much. Dave has a question. Halftime, you want Kimbrough back for a reduced salary?
No, I don't want Kimmel back at all. He lost me a World Series. Why the fuck do I want this guy back?
There you go. There you go.
But
And Dave
Flacco
needs to
still
like
looks good.
look, Flacco is a veteran quarterback, so but again, he's pushing 40. He was never a mobile quarterback, so he's sitting back there. You really have to give him a true pocket so
Right.
he can go and carve up. If you got pressure on him, he's not going anywhere.
No, he runs like he has cinder blocks on his feet. Yes.
Look, I
I
think I
agree
can
with
move
you.
faster than him in my
He can't run out.
wheelchair.
He's not a guy that's mobile and can run out of the pocket and
Mm-mm.
get out of trouble. He's a
No.
pocket quarterback. He is.
Exactly.
Yo, you protect me. I'll get this
Mhm.
ball out as soon as I can, but you got to protect me. Do
Exactly.
the Cleveland Browns need an offensive line? Yes. They do need help at offensive lineman.
Mhm.
And I think that would help Sanders too.
Exactly.
I mean, he's with the Cleveland Browns. If he was with a different team, it could be different.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you.
If he was with the Baltimore Ravens, it might benefit him to be next to Lamar Jackson because of the type of player that he is. And I think Lamar Jackson could show him how to handle that kind of stuff.
It's also the team that's constructed. They have a very good offensive line. They have a potent running attack.
Lamar Jackson likes to run more than to run.
No, actually, Lamar likes to pass. It's just that he's dynamic with his ability. Yeah, he can run, but if he has his first option, he wants to show everyone, look, I'm a passer. He wants to get 300-400 yards and on a regular basis. He and Josh Allen are those type of quarterbacks. They'll pass. They'd rather pass than run, but they can run and make people miss or run people over in Josh Allen's situation. So Shador, yes, I'm with you. He's developing. He's still a young quarterback. Do I think he's getting his position because of Dion? No, I don't. I'm going to be honest. I don't. I think he's going to earn everything that he gets in the NFL.
I do. I do, but it's because of everybody had him in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
He got drafted in the fifth or sixth round?
No, he got drafted in the fifth round. I mean, I'm not going to open up.
Round. I'm trying to remember, but it's like nobody wanted him because, and even the Giants said when he had his interview, the way he acted in the interview.
And why is Cleveland also saying that those reports are that he's dispelling them? So
no, that's because it's this is my guy, and
yes, that's what it boiled down to.
I'm trying to fix a atomic bomb that just went up.
What's up, Bobby? Thanks for tapping in. Lamar is a playoff choker, just like Dak Pick Scott.
Oh, damn. I like that one, Bobby.
Okay. That one is a good one. Pick Scott. Okay.
I like that one. That was a good one. I like that one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
But like I'm saying, it's like, and even, well, if the Giants a head coach wouldn't have said it, coach, if it didn't happen.
That's my whole thing. It's first and
You were
foremost.
acting like now the coach is lying. Now come on, man.
No, you know what? I don't want to say he's lying. Maybe it was a bad interview. The issue I have with Brian Dable, you are a professional. That shouldn't have gotten out. Don't tell me that kids don't have a bad interview and you talk amongst yourself. To let that get to the media, that's you purposely trying to ruin this kid. I'm sorry. That's just how I see it. It's one of the reasons Brian Dable, as a Giants fan, consistently always puts other people under the bus. He does it with players. He does it with coaches. He does that. So I personally, he's my coach. I want to see him succeed. I don't want to see the Giants in the crapper anymore. I'm tired of that. Dable, do what you got to do to pull his team out. But you know what? If you told me that he was being fired.
Oh, yeah. I don't think nobody would care if he got fired.
Yeah. So you think it was that?
I'm just saying, like, even coaches are saying and not just him. I forget what other coaches said there was bad interviews. It's just not him. So, I mean, like, it's, like I said, he thinks he's got this gold spoon in his mouth. My daddy's a Hall of Famer, and y'all supposed to bow to me. And
that's where we disagree, bro, because I don't think he does that. It's the perception. Now, look, perception is reality. That is the truth. What people perceive of you usually is what people say is the reality.
Right.
Look, I've watched this kid. Like I said, I've watched this kid since his freshman year in high school, and he's been mature. Now, is he the type of person that now he puts a wall up because he doesn't want people to come in, and because of his dad, and because of what his dad has told him, and because look, don't forget, you had Tom Brady vouching for him. Tom Brady is one of his mentors. So I don't think Brady would go out on a limb and say, yeah, I mentor him. I believe in the kid, in that regard, and then turn around. No, he's not going to do that. Brady's going to be honest. So, do I think some people don't like him? They don't like his persona, what he is. They don't like him putting up the hand. Okay, fine. You don't like it. That's on you. But let's talk about his game. Plain and simple. He went to Jackson State and led that team when they were in the crapper. He went to Colorado, where the season before they had 1 win.
Yes.
And then they got to 4. And then last year they got to 9 wins. You can't do that if you don't have talent around you. You don't have talent, and you don't have talent around you to take advantage of. So, look, I get it. Some people don't.
I think he needs wide receivers and tight ends and
talent
around him.
Yes.
I'm not saying he has to do it all on his own.
No.
Do I think he's spoiled? Hell yeah. Yeah.
Is he privileged? Yes.
I think he's one of them kids that were raised up with a golden spoon in his mouth, and he thinks everybody.
If you had the money, do you think your kids would be considered spoiled? Yes, they would. They're privileged.
No, because I'm being honest with you. The way I was raised is different. You know what I mean?
Same with you.
So same with you. The way you were raised. Hard worker. No friggin'. You would treat your kids the same way. You're gonna have to learn how to earn $1, and you got to do this. You got to do this.
He's done, and that's the thing. See, we're not there to see the lessons that he was taught. We're not
there to see how he was raised.
That's where I say perception is the reality, because there are people that perceive the same way you're thinking and saying he was. Deion has said, "No, my kids were not given everything they wanted. They had to earn everything." But you know what? They also benefit from, my advantages in my situation in life. I'm not going to sit there and not, allow them. But yeah, they still have to earn it. So, but I get where you're coming from. I do. I really do get where you're coming
when
from.
a coach, when not just one coach, when a couple of coaches are saying there was bad interviews, there's a red flag.
Mm. I
I
only
mean,
heard
he
of
went
one.
down to fifth.
To me, that was more the league telling the teams don't draft them high. I'm gonna be honest, but that's me. That's my conspiracy theory. That I may be talking out my hind
Oh,
part.
you're thinking the league
Mm-hmm.
wanted him to be.
Teach them a
You're thinking
hard
the
lesson.
league is showing him, hey, it ain't
Mhm.
all about you.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yes. Because when I sit and I look at the tape, see, this is what I'm talking. This is where I'm going. That you know what? Forget all the because look, man, we could go through time and time again through the years, decades, and talk about this one is an attitude problem. This one is a look. I had probably one of the most effed up players play for my organization, Lawrence Taylor. But
Yep,
come Sunday,
he
what
was
did he
there.
do?
He
He
was there.
exactly. So
I
you
mean,
know what?
even Bill's like, yeah, they're like, he's sleeping, he's doing this. And look, he's not even gonna. He
Exactly.
said, leave that man
Man
alone
alone.
because when he comes to game time, he'll have more sacks and more tackles than everybody else on the team.
Ex-
Let
and
them work.
and that's where I'm going with Sanders. When I look at the film and I look at him, he is not a fifth round talent. You want to argue he's a second rounder? Okay, we can go back and forth with that. That's fine. But a fifth rounder, I'm sorry that it's hard for me to sit here and say that's a fifth round talent. That's just, you know what? On the flip side, maybe the perception is people are going to have a hard time with his father and they didn't want to deal with it. So they're teaching the Sanders family a hard lesson. What's up, Charles? Thanks for tapping in, man. But again, but that's me. Just like you say, he's born with a silver spoon or gold spoon in his mouth. Okay, I think the other way. So,
Okay.
and
I mean,
but when I
only
look at the
time can
talent,
tell. Only time can tell.
I will say this. There's no way in the hell you could tell me Dylan Gabriel is a better talent than Shador Sanders. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just can't accept that. And he's a third rounder.
Why is the Cleveland Browns even saying it?
Saying what?
They like he might be better than Sanders.
I heard the opposite. Where did you?
I heard that. That's what I heard. I'm hearing like when Sanders might be third.
I've heard reporters say that, but the coach, basically said, "Look,
I heard Cleveland said Sanders was going to be third on the quarterback thing chart. So now, to me, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. I don't know. The season didn't start yet.
Yeah, no, exactly.
So when the season starts and you find out where Sanders is, if he's third in the quarterback rating on the Cleveland Browns thing, where you got with them, you know what I mean? That's an issue.
Make you stupid. Halftime. Who did you hear that from? We need names.
Shut
up. But I see Shador being a backup, and Damien, you're entitled to your opinion. I see otherwise. Halftime, you guys had Ben Simmons on the Sixers. Oh,
I know. We had Ben Simmons on it. Listen, R2, I got Ben Simmons freaking rookie card because I thought he was going to be good, and he's ass.
Yeah.
Listen, you don't know about Sanders. He could be ass just like Ben Simmons.
Yeah, no, exactly. I could be totally wrong, and you know what? But it's I go on my faith and what I see. in the film, and you know what? I've been right about players and I've been wrong about players.
Right.
Nobody is batting 1,000. Because if I was batting 1,000,
Nobody's always right.
believe me, if I was betting 1,000, somebody would come knocking at my door and say, "Hey, look, here's at least $1 million," and then my ass would be like, as much as I don't want to coach in the NFL, you
You'd
give
be
me
like,
$1 million.
hell, we do YouTube. I'm
Yeah.
going.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, he did a poll, Mitch. So Halftime loves Kenneth Gainwell. So, man,
You're just mad, Chad, because you got him on your team. Shut up.
they really giving it to you today, man. So,
I know they always do.
yeah,
It's like Miss Halftime said, we get to fuck with you. We're gonna fuck with you.
So, oh man, but look, in the end, we'll see. Personally speaking, I can't see Cleveland keeping 2 rookie quarterbacks. I just can't. And letting Kenny
You
Pickett
got
go.
Cleveland keeping 3 or no?
No, they're going to keep 3 quarterbacks. It's just hard for me to accept. You're going to go Joe Flacco to start and then 2 rookies behind him. Whether Sanders is 3rd or 2nd, it doesn't matter. But 2 rookies. That's
Right.
my thing. It's like that doesn't.
Wouldn't that put a red flag if Sanders is 3rd in as the quarterback?
It's not going to be a red flag. It's just, you know what? They believe, like you said, for them, they believe in him. For me, no, you're not putting a red flag. I just believe in the kid. I just do. No one can tell me. Like I said, I've watched film. I keep talking about him in high school. I watched him 4 years at Trinity. I mean, now I'm not saying he was NFL ready, but you could see the leadership skills. You could see how hard. And here's the funny thing: his dad was not even his head coach. His dad was his OC, and the head coach was 10 times harder on him than his dad. So it's like, now he was coached hard. So, he knows how to handle that. You saw what he did at Jackson State and Colorado. Say whatever you want. He changed those programs into winning programs. Jackson State now, 2 years after he's gone, is considered one of the best HBCU football programs out there. So and before that, they were one of the worst. So that tells me that, they instilled the culture. He was part of that. And look at what they're doing in Colorado. Now, in my preseason projections for the Big 12, do I have Colorado? I think I have them 8th or 9th. But the Big 12 is just, they're one of those conferences that anyone could win. And Colorado is one of those teams. Things go right, they could win the conference. That's just how it is. And that's a product of the talent that's there and what he has contributed to help change over there. Last time a team took a quarterback in the same that I remember was Washington with RG3 and Cousins.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe.
Yes, that was the same year. They took RG3 and Kirk Cousins. I remember that.
Yeah, no, I remember it. I'm just trying to remember. Is that the last rookies that were drafted in the same year? I'd have to research it. You might be right. I'm not saying, Bobby, you're wrong.
Bobby's right on that.
Yeah.
And then what happened? What happened?
They're both
you go. RG3 got hurt, and Kirk Cousins is still making. He made $500 million, and don't ask me how, but he made $500 million.
And he's sitting behind another young quarterback. He's probably saying, "Damn it, I want to get out of here."
He's over there, yeah. But guess what, Coach? He's over there. I want to get out of here, but I want to get that monies.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I want that monies because you're paying me an awful lot to sit back here and sit on the bench.
Yeah, true.
He's with Atlanta, making $125 million. Sitting on the bench.
Bro. I know.
Drinking a Diet Coke or a Coke or whatever he's doing over there.
I'm with you, bro. That's.
You tell me to sit on a bench and give me 125. I'll be all right.
If I was the New York Jets, hello Atlanta, can I get him, please?
Yes.
Because Justin Fields is not cutting it. I'm sorry, he's just not. He's not. Look, I don't mean to kill him. I did like the kid coming out of Old State. I thought he was going to be a lot better, but his passing is 40-something%.
I do see Kirk Cousins being moved. They have to because he is getting paid way too much money to sit on the bench.
But what are you going to get for him? See, that's the thing.
that is the problem. Like, what are you going to give him? You're not getting a lot for him.
No,
because they
And-
know you want to move him
mm-hmm.
because of that friggin' paycheck.
But if somebody says a 5th round draft pick, I don't think you're going to do it. I just don't. I don't think Atlanta trades him for a 5th. I think they want like a 3rd, maybe even a 2nd.
I think they want a 3rd, but I don't think they're going to get a 3rd.
No, I don't think so either. I think you're going to have to probably split it and get a 4th. And that money though is the big factor. That's the reason why. So,
well, they could do this if they get a 3rd. They can get a 3rd, but they would have to give Cousins they would have to get a they would have to give up Cousins and a pick. You know what I mean? To move it up to a 3rd.
Or you eat some of that contract.
Or you eat that contract, yeah.
So,
you have to eat a lot of that contract, though. That's a lot of money.
In my opinion, I think he isn't the guy everyone thinks he is. He's been having weight. Okay, why is it just Lamar Jackson? Why is it not also Josh Allen?
Yeah, but
because I mean, they're one and the same. To me,
Lamar Jackson's the MVP there, Damien.
Yeah,
you gotta stop this, buddy.
I get it.
He's a good quarterback.
How many times has he won the MVP? He's won it twice.
Yeah.
So
Damien, he's a good
quarterback.
The window you can't knock Lamar Jackson.
I'm not going to sit here and say the window is closed. Also, you have to look at where they're playing and who they play against. He's playing against Josh Allen. He's playing against Patrick Mahomes. As much as I don't believe in the Bengals, I mean, Joe Burrows, I mean, he's going up against some talent in the AFC. So, now, no, is his window closed? No. Is it starting? Okay, you can make that argument, but it's not closed.
You can say his window is starting to close, and you can say Josh Allen's window is starting to close. But once again, they're two good quarterbacks. You can't knock just because he didn't get to a Super Bowl is not saying he's not a good quarterback. Mm-hmm. Dan Marino, one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. He was one of the best. Mm-hmm. And I mean, can't.
Bobby McKee has a finger injury, so they're not trading him. So
he has a finger injury, but how bad is he? That we had to go get him saying freaking how.
Damien, you're entitled to you don't think he's good. Okay, that's fine. I respect your opinion. I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you, but I respect your opinion. So hey, you don't think he's good.
Damien,
okay.
You're allowed to have your opinion. But he's always in the playoffs. And that's something to say.
Let me ask you this, Damien. What about his game has you saying you do not think he's good? Good in what regard? As a quarterback overall? You don't think give me a tangible reason why you don't think he's good. So, I think he's good. He's proven that he is more than adequate as a passer. He knows how to sit back and read the field.
To say he's not a Hall of Famer?
Look,
he said I'm just trying to figure out where Damien's coming from because
he says he doesn't think he's good.
Lamar Jackson is not a good quarterback.
That's why I want him to clarify what is it that's causing him to say he's not good. Give me specifics. Don't just be arbitrary and just he's not good. Why? I'm telling you why I think he's good. He can still read the field. He can move the pocket. He stresses defenses. As a defensive coordinator, sometimes you even have to take an extra man to spy on him. So you're taking someone out of coverage, which makes it harder for you to play proper defense. And don't forget about his ability to run. Now, once he gets out in the field, he's going to make guys miss. He has great speed. So, that adds to his ability. He's a passer and a runner. So, now is he Tom Brady precision passing? No. But that's why I say he's more than adequate. So, is it possible?
Does he need wide receivers? Okay, I'll go with that.
Well, he has what's it call it from what is it? Flowers? Zay Flowers.
Flowers, but I mean, Flowers.
He has Andrews as a tight end.
Flowers ain't the
No,
The
but he has
great, you
Andrews
don't
at
have the
tight
great.
end.
Flowers ain't got the greatest hands.
But he has Andrews and the other tight end that they got from Coastal. So he
Right.
has
So
some weapons. So I'm not saying he's by himself. I don't think he's a good at that. I don't think he is that good as a quarterback, in my opinion. At least a wide receiver or a running back. When you say he's not that good, you're not giving me facts. You're just giving me your opinion, which I respect. But I just gave you why I think he's good. He can read the field. That's one of the reasons. He can put the ball where it needs to go and allow his receivers to catch the. So he has some passing abilities, not precision, but I mean he can get you 300-400 yards every now and then. He's also dynamic in the runner. He causes defenses, but they're not sitting back there saying, "Oh, I'm not worrying about him." You still have to do certain things. So when I say give me a reason why you think he's not good,
I
why?
mean, they are. If you look at some teams, Damian, when they are playing him, they had to have a 2-man spy.
Mm-hmm.
So you had to count for that. I mean,
So
I don't know. And you're good for your opinion, but he has to have when you have to have a 2-man spy. There's only 11 guys on the damn field there, Damien.
that's my point. It's you be precise in the reason why you say you don't think he's good. If you just say he's not good, okay, then I can easily discard your opinion and just say, all right, whatever. You're talking at your hind part, but I'm trying to have an adult conversation here to understand why you're saying that. Because I just gave you reasons why. Now you can come back and combat what I just said, but I gave you reasons why I think he's a good quarterback.
He
So
does throw. He did throw over 4,000 yards.
mhm,
I mean,
mhm.
hold on. And if you're going to use that thing that he don't get a lot of yards in the air, look at Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts never threw for 4,000 yards
Mhm,
in the NFL.
mhm,
He's been to 2 Super Bowls in 3 years.
mhm,
He has won a Super Bowl.
mhm.
He has never threw over 4,000 yards in the NFL. He's never going to. You know what I mean? But I don't know where
Mhm.
you're getting from. I'm trying to figure it out, but I can't.
Me too. So yeah, exactly. So maybe he'll put it in as we go along, and he'll
Right.
understand what
So,
we're asking.
Damien,
So
you got to really look how you're looking at it. But my
it's more.
opinion is he's a good quarterback.
I
As
just
long as
want
he's in the
prepare for
playoffs,
Cleveland.
he's
Yeah,
got MVP twice.
that's a good drive.
If
Yeah,
you
that's
say he's not a Hall of Famer, you might have an argument, but
yeah.
you had to wait.
I don't know.
You had to wait until his career's over.
Look, 2 MVPs, man.
2 MVP,
That it's going to be hard to sit here and tell me that he's not a Hall of Famer with 2 MVPs.
right? But I mean, like his year ain't over. His career ain't over yet.
No, it's not. So, again, that's me. I could sit down. His consistency at throwing the ball mid, he uses his legs more than really. Okay.
But then
Mhm.
you're saying Jalen Hurts is a bad quarterback. The dude that just won a Super Bowl, you just said he's a bad quarterback.
Mhm.
Damien, you
Mhm.
just said Jalen Hurts is a bad quarterback. That's what you just said to me. Is Jalen Hurts good, consistent in the middle of the field? No. Does he have a
Mhm.
cannon? Can he throw to the right or left? Yes. But his consistent throwing in the middle? No. Does he run a lot? Yes. Jalen Hurts does never throw over 4,000 yards. So you're saying Jalen Hurts ain't a good quarterback. I get your opinion. I understand you. Your
Here's
opinion.
something.
I just disagree with it.
Yeah, I agree with you. But here's his NFL, his career NFL statistics as of 2024. And I'm on Wikipedia. I am
I hate
using that right
stats.
now.
This is what
No,
I
no,
hate.
no, no,
You know
no.
what I mean?
But
I'm not a stat guy.
no, I'm not a over the top stats guy, but I want to show something. Okay. Passing attempts 2,586. Pass completions 1,678. That's a 65% completion rate. 65%. 166 touchdowns and 49 interceptions. Passing yards 20,059 yards. Passer rating is 102. Rushing yards 6,173. 33 rushing touchdowns. Now, you can also pull up information off of Pro Football Reference because I think that's where they're getting their statistics. So when you make the argument that, he's more, in a sense, he's more of a runner than a passer, right there, he's 3-1 in terms of passing yards over rushing yards. So you're talking about consistency, 65% pass incompletions. That's consistent. That's his career. That's not just, 1 year. That's his career. 20,000 passing yards. That's his career. He consistently produces time and time again. What's up, Mac? Thanks for tapping in, man. I really appreciate you. Now, I get, again, I said it earlier. I always said it earlier when it came to other players. Sometimes perception is reality. They said the same thing about Lamar when he was drafted, and Baltimore jumped up and got him as the last pick in the first round because they believed in him. But everyone was saying, "Oh no, he's not a first round talent. He's not a first round talent." And he's proven that he was one of the top quarterbacks in that draft when he came out.
Yep.
So Lamar Jackson, and I just read you the stats, and I'm not a big, analytics type of a person, but stats are facts. That's numbers. My mother was an accountant. She always told me, in accounting, those numbers are basically the reality. So Lamar Jackson has skill as a passer as well as a runner. Can he be better as a passer? Sure. Now, some people don't like his mechanics because he has a little hitch in his pass. So
Right.
what? Some quarterbacks throw side arms. Some quarterbacks throw 3/4 arms. Some come over the top. The bottom line is, and don't forget, Lamar has 2 league MVPs. 2.
Yep.
And you have quarterbacks who've made the Hall of Fame
Never
who
had
don't
one.
have any. Exactly. So, I get where you're coming from. When you say his consistency at throwing the ball mid, he uses his leg more than his arm. The numbers, I just read you the numbers. They're spelling your argument, man. I think personally, this is my opinion. I could be wrong, but I think you're going by off of the initial perception and it's stuck with you. And because you said he hasn't made it to the Super Bowl, okay, there are plenty of quarterbacks that have made it to the Super Bowl that are in the Hall of Fame, and they're still considered great quarterbacks.
Yeah, Dan Marino. No.
Mm-hmm.
So
No, he's been to one.
He's been to one, but I mean,
yeah, but he hasn't won.
He hasn't won one.
Yeah. So and Marino will tell you, if you ask him, he said getting there, is hard, but getting back is even harder.
Yeah, even harder. Yeah, he's been there.
Nick, we don't know. As far as Nick, the Knicks, I mean, you even asked me earlier about Yabusele being a starter. No, Yabusele is not going to be a starter on the Knicks. Sorry, he's brought here to come off the bench. So, but as far as the number 1 seed, still too early. Right now, early projection, you can make the argument for Cleveland or you can make the argument for the Knicks. So, yes, Dave, Dan Marino is one of the best ever. Yes, yeah. He is.
He's one of the best ever.
Here's another thing. People were killing John Elway before he won those last 2 Super Bowls.
I mean, Dan Marino was the one that was throwing over 4,000 yards for anybody.
Exactly.
Look at Warren Moon. Like, come on.
Yes. Warren Moon. Thank you. Great one. Never been to
Dan Warren Moon went to the Super Bowl.
But he's an elite player. And he had to battle just to get to play the quarterback position. But now when he did, they saw his talent and what he did.
Yes.
So when people make the argument, oh, because he's mid with his passing, he's not consistent.
All right.
20,000 yards.
That's exactly what Warren Moon was. He was pretty. His passing in the middle wasn't great, but got them legs, and he got that. He does. He could. If you can get down the field, he could chuck the ball down the field.
Warren Moon was also a product of that run and shoot offense. So the run and shoot was a little bit different. So it wasn't a conventional passing offense.
He was more a scrambler.
Well, no. With the run and shoot, they moved the pocket all the time. So instead of staying in the pocket, they moved him 3/4 outside the pocket, and he allowed a lot of times he worked two man to the front side, and then look for the backside with a backside post coming over the top. So but I mean.
But he's a Hall of Famer. You can't tell me Warren Moon ain't a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he is a Hall of Famer. So and he did not get to a Super Bowl.
And
so again,
you probably don't even know who Warren Moon is. I get it. You know what I mean, Coach? We're going too far.
Yeah, back. I know. It's two old farts talking about players that they don't know, and But the point being is, what, Lamar is still a good quarterback. He's one of the top quarterbacks in the league. To dispel him and say he's mid and he lost that game to Buffalo. That was a crazy game.
Yeah,
that was tough. I don't trust Mike Brown as a head coach. Not saying that this is any better, but he ain't Mike Brown bad. You lost me there.
Yeah,
big time throw rate 55-1 top. Yeah, exactly. Coach, I've been telling Halftime to reband the Philly GOAT time. No, he's fine right where he is.
Philly halftime, not Philly GOAT time. No.
No. Leave him alone. No. Come on, Nick. Leave him alone.
Give me $1 million and give me $1 million. I'll change my name to GOAT. All right.
So, Damian, thank you though. That was great contribution to the conversation, man. Don't think that I'm just trying to.
We're not knocking you for your comment. You're good.
It's good conversation. It's open debate. I'd like debate, adult debate. So and like I said, I just want more clarity. When you talk, and make your argument. And you see what I just did. I went and I got you the numbers. Just like when I gave you information, you could do the same thing. Come back, well, Coach, here's A, B, C, D. So I just don't. I want you to make sure that you don't take it personal. So there are no college games coming on today. The next game I'm covering is on Thursday. I'm actually doing Rutgers in Ohio, so you can tap in with me.
Friday and Saturday, right, Coach?
Yeah, I got games Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So we're going to talk afterwards. So look, as a fiend, a college football fiend, this is the perfect time. I love it. The very first week, because there's no NFL, so you got college football on all 5 days. So and that's fine. That's fine. I respect that. So what I'm gathering is you attribute winning Super Bowls to being a great quarterback. That's my opinion. And it's not always about it, because if that's the case, then I guess you would think because a lot of people argue with me, he's my quarterback. Phil Simms is one of the greatest quarterbacks. I'll argue down. I mean, I've argued Giants fan because I'm like, he's the best Giants quarterback ever. I'm sorry, and there were, what about Eli? Eli is good. But I just prefer Phil Simms, and that's just me.
Ben Simmons was a good quarterback, but they're going off of Super Bowl wins.
Yeah. What about Phillip Rivers? You guys know Phillip Rivers, and everyone says he's a great quarterback, and he's never been to a Super Bowl, and he's been in the draft with both Big Ben and Eli, who both went and won 2 Super Bowls. So, I mean, and you can't tell me Phillip Rivers isn't any good. So, but again, that's just my opinion. So I'm just one old fart who just has
one old fart. That's it.
Yeah. So, I know it's getting there. So I know you got your game. So let me hit them with the question of the day before we start to get out of here. If you could give someone a star on the Walk of Fame in your life, so you personally, Halftime, you and you guys in the chat, who would it be? Who would you give it to as far as that? So,
a star. The star.
Yeah, like the or whatever in the
Oh,
Chinese.
the on the
Yeah,
Star Walk of
yeah,
Fame and
it's
all.
just a walk of fame. Yeah. So
Hmm.
who would you give your star to?
Had to give it to Mrs. Halftime.
Mm,
She
good
has
one.
been rock solid.
Mm-hmm.
Getting upset, didn't get upset. She had just got over a tumor, got a surgery in the tumor, got the tumor taken out, and already on her feet. And not once have she just like ever thought and like had a mental breakdown over
Mm-hmm.
everything that she's been through. She's been
Mm-hmm.
rock solid and she's already on her feet running around. And this is, I mean, she had, some people would never be able to, they would break down mentally
Mm-hmm.
over it. And I'd have to give it to her.
Okay.
I don't have really a person that actually would, besides that one, is,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? But yeah, she's been rock solid through all this and she's been awesome. And now she's already told me go back. I'm ready to go back to work. And she's like, I got it. I'm back. Mama Bear's
Mm-hmm.
back and I'm good. She goes,
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
get everything handled. And she's been up and running around crazy and it's been awesome.
Well, there you go, man. Kudos to her for that. So well deserved. So there you go. So um, for me, Mitch says for you, Will Ferrell. So um, I went back and forth with this, and it's two in a sense. One is my mother.
Right.
Mama. Love my mother to death. I mean, she been there. I was a little spoiled as a little youngster until my dad was knocking me upside my head, and then I had kids. But my mom was always there, guiding me. Always rock solid. Um, when the love of my life passed away, my mother was right there, helping me with my children, giving me her opinion. And then the other one is the love of my life. She gave me three beautiful children. She was a phenomenal mother, and most importantly, she dealt with my ass. When you deal with me in a relationship, it is a challenge, man. I will be honest with you. And I'm not
It's a
perfect,
challenge for me too.
so and I've made my mistakes and things I regret, and if I could bring her back from the beyond, she'd be right here with me. Trust and believe there would be no one else, no one. She has my heart, she always will. So but you know as far as someone walk of fame with her, yeah, she is it. What's up, Blaze?
What's good,
Just
Blaze?
whack trolling. Um, MJ just to piss off the. No,
And
don't do it to piss off fans.
that's all
Be
Damien is
legit, but
here
I
doing.
got it. I get it. I get it.
He's
You
trying
like
to
trolling.
see fish for Blaze and piss him off.
Yeah. So, but no, I mean, when I saw this question, I was just like, and it really, I mean, be honest. I mean, I was trying not to because I instantly thought of her, and I was just like, damn, it really hurt. It really hurt just thinking about because she's not here. And then my mother, look, my mother's, raised four kids, and has always been there. And when here's the biggest thing, which no mother will ever do, or most mothers don't do. So, wait a minute, please, Mr. Halftime said the famous line people are saying. So, shaking my head out of the year, but when my parents divorced, my mother said, "You guys stay with your dad." She was still there every step of the way, but she said it was best for us to stay in the house and live with my dad, which we needed at the time. And she was there to come and mother us up when we needed. But no mothers usually, especially for kids, say stay with your dad. And my mother, no drugs, my mother's a hardworking woman, always has been, good woman, nothing like that. So, and I even to this day, in her 80s, still here, she always tells me, I know you're a grown man, but you're still my baby. And she's there. If I said, Ma, I need $1, okay, I'll send you $1 right now. It could be her last dollar, and that's that's why I say she deserves a star on that Walk of Fame in my life. Those two, that's it. So so wanted to touch on that because it means a lot to me. Especially those two women. They're very
I do wish
important to
my
me.
mom could have been here to see my kids.
Mm, mm,
She
yeah,
passed before my son was born.
man, it's tough.
Like 2 weeks before my son was born, my mom passed away.
Sorry to hear that, bro.
I mean, she tried to stick around for it, but
Mm-hmm.
that was hard to get through.
It's tough. It definitely is tough. So Blaze says a mother's love is a special thing. Amen. Yes, it is, man. Yes, it is. There's no better love. Mothers will sacrifice their bodies, their souls, their hearts for their children.
Yep.
Most mothers, yes. So, and that's why, my mom for me, and if you ask my siblings, they would probably tell you the same exact thing. It's mommy. It's not even a question. It's mommy. So and that's what it is. And she inspired. I mean, I even see a lot of how my mother acts in my oldest and how she raises her daughter. So it's there. So, but right now we're gonna cut this short because I know you got to get ready for your baseball game. So.
Yep.
I want to thank everyone for being here. You guys have been phenomenal. I can't thank you all enough, for always being here. Stay tuned next week. We'll be back. We're not going to talk about, time frame for next week, where we are, but you guys see that we're here and you came through. So thank you all again today. Sometimes I can't stand the KD. There you go. But we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Thanks again, everyone, for tuning in. Nothing but love and respect from both of us to all of you. And we'll see you guys next week. So, peace.
Peace.
Oops. Let me make sure get the right outro. There you go. And we're set.